Dave.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We just don't want any. We've had
Yeah,
situations
yeah.
before. So we
I got
kind
you,
of
got
Yeah,
you.
I forgot all about that.
yeah.
I'm with you, Florida Boy Jay. I'm just gonna try to explain it in a different way. And so
Go ahead.
what Florida Boy Jay was saying is like, even if you don't vote for the president still has to preside over everybody else. As an elected official, you can't say, well, this group didn't vote for me, so I can't do anything for them. And remember, sports is a microcosm of society. So it's literally institutional racism when the black people not only do everything that the white counterparts does, but they exceed them, but then they get the same benefits. That's literally what racism is about. So what that message sends is, regardless of what you do, we're just gonna give things to the white people. So when you apply for a job, when you want to get a loan, you might have the credit, you might have whatever it is, you might meet the qualifications. They're
Okay, now,
always
now let
gonna
me slow you
move.
down right
Hold
there,
on, hold on. Now
Dave.
let him get off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're always gonna move the goalposts, and you have to remember, sports. And I say sports is a microcosm of society, but that's the reason why we have the Olympics. That's the reason why Russia detained Brittany Griner. Sports has always been about more of American society, and that's why a lot of change has actually come through sport. So if the first lady, think about this, the first lady is basically saying, "Hey, I know the white girls lost, but invite them anyway." That is just what's to stop the person, the CEO at Honda dealership, is saying, "Hey, I know the black person is qualified, but give the white girl the position anyway." That's essentially what's happening, and I think you're getting so hung up on Democrat and Republican, and you're not actually looking at they have. Yes, and that's a very dangerous message. No matter what you do as a black person, we'll just, scoot a white person in there, regardless of your qualifications, regardless if you outperformed them. And that is a very dangerous message. Imagine being the valedictorian of your school, which comes with actual benefits, and the principal superintendent says, we'll just give it to the white person.
And that's
Like, it's a
actually happened
very
before.
dangerous, yes, this is which is why I brought it up, and that's what I'm saying. It's very dangerous, and that for that to come from the first lady, nobody's not surprised. We're just
And let,
saying, like, hey,
go,
you
go. I'm gonna let
can't
you.
do that. You can't do that in the position of the first lady of the White
I
House.
got you. Now let me throw this back at you. Then what I'm saying make even more sense. Since y'all breaking it all the way down to an institutional level, then you need a nigga like me to remind you and say, hey, y'all better start building your own because y'all see these white people don't care whether you win or you lose, they gonna pick their people. So you need a nigga like me and say, hey, y'all should be building your own. Hey, they don't care if you good no more on the court. You better be good in business because these white people don't care whether you lose or win.
But
That means a white person come in the league that's just as good as you. She going to get the sponsorships. She going to get the ad deals. She going to get the shoe deals over you, even if she a little good, because they don't care about a nigga being good. They not oppressed no more. So yeah, this is the main time. If what you're saying is true, Dave, what I'm saying is making more sense and what need to be heard. And if what you're saying is true, that they don't care no more whether we good or not. They're gonna pick the white people over us. If that's the statement that they're making, then yes, black people better start building their own, supporting their own, take that same energy that you give to the white owned franchises and league and give it to Ice Cube and build his
Well,
because
let me
they
say
don't
this.
care if you win.
Let me say this. Okay, imagine you start a architecture firm. You want to be able to get a government contract, right? To quote unquote build your own. What if you meet all the specs, you get selected, and they say, no, we're just gonna give it to my cousin, who's white. Like, it's always a moving goalpost when we do try to build our own. So mind you, it's really
You're gonna
hard to
need
build your
government to
own.
buy land and work on it though. You don't need government to
no,
buy
no,
land
you're
and work
missing.
on it.
You keep
You
like
talking
this.
about getting a
I no,
job.
no, no, no. But I need you to address what he's saying because he's trying to take the conversation somewhere to
Mhm.
make a point.
Yes, for people who want to stay in the dominant society, that will be a
But
problem
listen,
for
but it's
you.
certain things.
I
But
suggest
what
you
he's
go
saying, but
build
but
because
listen,
white
no, no,
people
no,
ain't
no.
gonna change
This is
that.
exactly why he said a architectural contract and then a government job. The
Mhm.
reason why he said that because these are the high, like there's nowhere you can go. Like these, like the government jobs type stuff.
Mhm.
Like this is a business
Mhm.
that anybody can get in, and this is the highest you can go. So what he's saying right there is at a certain point we're eliminating. Oh, niggas need to build their own government as big as the American government. At this point,
Mhm.
we're just eliminating that conversation from the discussion and taking a super qualified, highly prestigious job where you
Mhm.
can actually work directly with the government, right?
Mhm.
So he's putting that there to say you made it to the level where there's not going to be any niggas in the structure to even battle or put money in the hands of, but you have to compete with white people but you have the qualifications to be employed and get these types of positions. Am I correct, Mike or Dave?
Yes, that's correct. So if you look at Amazon, Amazon just got a contract with the United States government. If you look at what Kwame Kilpatrick did in Detroit,
Detroit.
he was giving all these black entrepreneurs multi-million-dollar contracts. That's how a lot of white people build their generational wealth. They get government subsidized contracts. That's what happened with Atlanta. The first black mayor of Atlanta, Maynard Jackson, he made, I want to say it's 35% of all black contracts had to go to black entrepreneurs in order to build the airport. So what I'm saying is we live in a
Salute
country.
Chicks.
I understand.
Hold on. Salute Chick Smooth with the 10 cash, man. Salute Chick Smooth, man, for real, man. You already know we in the building, dog. You know, I hit you up this morning, man. Chick Smooth's out here every day, dog, making a difference in the community, man. We always on the videos. Every time he breaks some shit, you know what I'm saying? We know we gonna cover it, dog. We covering the coverage. Chick Smooth outside, man. Salute for that 10. Keep going, Dave, man. I know you cooking right now, bro. You know, I'm letting you get it off because you know what I'm saying, like making some
And
good
I love
points.
it. Yeah, you making some good points, but I want to hear you out.
So what I'm saying is when everybody can't be an entrepreneur regardless of your race. So
Mhm.
when you do it, you do need government contracts or you need business or city contracts. If you can't get it regardless of your qualifications, that can hinder you. So you can't build your own. You can't go work for them
But let me ask
and
you this:
certain
you
pockets of our community don't have enough wealth to support you. So what are you supposed to do?
you have to figure that out.
And
But
if you look at every other
you
demographic
can't
was able
build
to
a
benefit from
business
the
in
government,
America based on white people gonna be fair with you over another white person. That's a bad expectation for a black person
But
to
what you
me.
what you're saying is you're acknowledging a ceiling and
Mm-hmm.
then asking black and then giving black people the task to figure it out, knowing that there's a ceiling. That's the whole point of the job he
White.
brought, where you get to the highest point,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still going to be a ceiling, even if you build. There's still certain things where you're going to have to, like the generational wealth, the conversation they said, there's going to be certain doors that you're going to go through and there's not going to be any black people there, but you're going to ask black people to get the same wealth that white people got. Where you're going to get it from? You can't get it from a community that doesn't have it. If your community only
Black
owns
people got
this,
it.
listen. Well, you're saying black people got it,
We fund a
but
lot of this
nobody. But
stuff.
listen, but none of these companies are eating 100% off a black dollar to the point to at the level to what he's saying. To okay, I got to get government contracts. I got to work with this people. I'm Amazon. Who's the black Amazon? That's what we're saying. Like we need things like that, and you're saying build that, and I think we're having a discussion in the same book, just in
Mm-hmm.
different chapters. We're agreeing on each
yeah,
other's point, but we're preaching from different verses of different chapters. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about something from Deuteronomy, and J Doug is on Numbers, and we're
Yes,
and we're both subscribing to
yeah.
the same
y'all in
religion.
the New Testament talk about a blessing from the white man, and y'all expecting the white man to be fair with you. And I'm just telling black people that is an unrealistic thing. And anytime a white person is not fair with you, I'm going to remind you that's unrealistic to think white people is finna be fair with you over their own kind. If that's what you banking on, good luck. But it's best to go say, hey, this is what I control, big or small, build it up. I post something on my Facebook yesterday. The NBA only been around 70 years. And it didn't take 70 years.
75, 76,
It didn't
76
take
actually.
that long to get it popping. It got popping in probably like less than 40. So we can still be around and enjoy it. We'll be like 80 and 70, but we'll be
Well,
around
hold
to
on. Let me
enjoy
say
it.
this.
And we can build our own. And we take all the black support that we give to the white man. We get organized. We start to love each other. We start to focus on each other. What the white man doing is a non-factor. We already proven that we better than the white man on the court.
Well,
Let's
hold
be
on. Let me
better than
say
the
this. Let
white
me
man
say this.
building.
I would agree with you, but
If we build everything else.
all the black billionaires that we have, they all complain about still encountering structural racism. So just think about that. The handful of black billionaires, Byron Allen, Bob Johnson, I forget the other guy who thought about running for president. All of these billionaires have said they still ran into structural racism.
With
But
all the money they have.
IQ said he
So,
just not getting enough support from black people. That's
well,
what IQ
here,
said. He
But
didn't run into no
you can't
racism.
you cannot bring up Ice Cube after we're bringing up the Byron Allens and certain people that
and
get
Byron Allen
like,
got a white
yeah,
wife. He didn't do no
no.
racism.
Listen. We can't
come
listen.
on, man. Yeah, you moving
Stop
the
moving the
goalposts to
goalposts.
fit the
Stop
narrative.
moving. Yeah, you moving the
What I'm
goalposts. And every
saying,
time we bring up
Allen,
what
you know how much salute the Brooklyn Honcho,
where's
man.
Brooklyn Honcho? Oh,
Y'all
salute Brooklyn Honcho.
supporting tonight, man. Hey,
Nah, listen. What we saying is just like
I'm
it's like
listening to
this.
you.
It just can't be the goalpost moving, man.
It's not moving.
Because it's like we say one thing and then you throw Byron Allen has a white wife. That doesn't disqualify Allen being
Brian
a black
Allen doing
billionaire.
big good.
Okay,
A
but
billionaire.
okay,
Somebody white allowed
and
him to do
we talk about,
business. FOJ.
but we
this is not
understand that. But that's the
our
talk. That's
opinion.
the
This is what
conversation.
they're saying. So,
Dave, go ahead, Dave.
what I'm saying is like, where can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
what
you.
I'm saying is like, this is not Florida Boy Jay's and ours opinion. These are their lived experience. That's what they're saying. So they're saying, hey, I'm already at a billion and I still see a glass ceiling. So if the billionaires are experiencing it, how do you think the brother who making 65, 50, and 40 is experiencing it? The brother who's making 120, 200 is experiencing it. And so what you're saying is, hey, just stop whining and accept it. But when the people build their own and succeed, they still run into the same structural issues. So at some point, why don't what you're saying? I get it. It's almost like the Elijah Muhammad approach, right? Do not complain, build your own. But even within building your own, you still hit the glass ceiling, and that's the
Dave,
issue.
this is the reality. White people is not going to let you pass them, man. You're going to have to fight. They're not going to give it to you, bro.
But
They
hold on.
are
But when
not
they
going to
fight, you
give
say
it to
you
you.
complain about it. But hold on. But when we fight, you say
They're
you
not
doing
going to
too much.
put
We
you ahead of their
complaining.
sons. They're not going to put you ahead of their own, man. That's what black people have to realize. White people is not going to ever do
But
what
we're
we
not.
do. We not going.
But I
They're not
don't.
going to
But listen,
love us.
niggas ain't. But what we're saying is nobody is asking for that, especially in this conversation about the dynamic between LSU and Iowa, with LSU winning. And I think the point that we're really pinpointing on is Jill Biden, the first lady, wanting to invite Iowa to the White House, and it kind of symbolizing that you can still lose, and we're gonna still put them in the same room with you. And all LSU is saying is this: we didn't even ask to come to the White House, nor do we want to. What everybody is saying is the symbolism that you're showing. What I'm saying is deeper than even a black and white issue. What I'm saying, it is an American issue that everybody gets a
Yep.
trophy and you're softening everything up at the worst time possible, and you're trying to send. And on top of the fact, you're doing a backhanded, disgusting gesture not only to women's sports, but as a first lady, this is dangerous for you to try to break precedent in. Oh, in the women's sport, we got to invite the loser. We're gonna break it for the women because women are softer, or even though you lost, you can't take being a loser. We gotta break precedent by bringing the women in while you're trying to preach women equality at the same time. You can take a
Mm-hmm.
loss just like the man takes a loss. You can brag just like a man. You can over here and do the yayo just like a man can do the yayo. If we put a couple men on this court, you'll probably drop 60 on them. So why am I going to tell you how you're supposed to act in a highly competitive sport? That's the whole conversation of like, we're missing the point trying to take the narrative we want from it and build a conversation around it. And that's what we were saying certain white people with prominence in publications were doing, where you're taking your point and what you've seen out of a basketball game and making this racist statement or making it a double-sided argument, when we're just trying to enjoy a basketball game, and we're just surprised that we're all sitting around the crib watching the women's Final Four, because that was the essence of the game. And that's what we need to be more focused on than some type of racial white man can't jump a basketball tournament. Like, it wasn't that. It was some women that are probably going to be in to be honest, are gonna that should be able to shift the WNBA, but the WNBA structure is so messed up that it's to me, they need to repair it.
And I feel what you're saying.
Because you should, because the only reason why Brittany Griner was over there playing basketball in Russia, because they were paying more. They pay her more money in Russia to play basketball professionally than she gets paid in America. Now, why is that?
But people don't really care about women basketball.
Still though.
They don't
That's
make
all
that
I'm
much
saying.
money commercial. It's all about commercial.
I hear you, but you kind of see what I'm saying though. Like, bro, like you shouldn't be having to go over to your enemy's territory because they're gonna pay you more.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
And you're a professional athlete. We go to the next topic, but Dave, any closing arguments on this topic right here?
Nah, man, great discussion. Y'all keep up the good work, man.
All right, man, Dave, I appreciate you calling, man. Anytime, man, just tap in, bro.
All right.